This one's waiting. Oil change and check engine lights on. And airbag, I think they said too. Oh, jeez. What the heck? Is that rusted? Doesn't even need a hood prop. It's rusted. But it does have one. I'm going to set it up just in case. That's crazy. Got a new alternator. That's cool. New battery. Let's put the scanner on it first and get an idea what we're dealing with for codes. And then we'll just do a quick oil change on it. Doing the inspection, that's no good. It needs wipers and some filters and stuff. That's neither here nor there. Fuel and OBD2. Boom. Alright. Let's take a look. See what kind of love rating we get. See what kind of codes we get. I'm going to give it a 4. 187,719 miles. Very impressive. But it does have some problems, so we'll figure it out. 1 ABS code, 1 ECM code, 2 SRS. I'm gonna guess cat code with that kind of miles. That's just my guess. What do you guys think? Evap system, could be almost anything. I'm gonna say cat code though, because a lot of miles usually means the cat's contaminated or worn out. Oh, Evap code. Well, we gave it a guess. Signal error in history. Driver airbag resistance too high, second stage. Driver's airbag resistance too high, second stage. TPMS sensor faults. Basically what this means is it has a 2-stage airbag. If one stage, when the seat's real close, one stage functions, and when the seat's normal or further back, the second stage is a little more powerful, or vice versa, however they decide to do it. But it has too close and just right, like Goldilocks for the airbag. Because when a lot of small women, I notice that have the seat maxed out so that they're literally 2 inches from the steering wheel, which means their face is about 8 or 10 inches from the airbag. And it'll break your neck, literally, if you're that close, and it goes off on the strongest stage. So they'll have sensors in the seat tracks to reduce the airbag's power with whatever stage is less powerful, because your seat's close. So it gives you less protection, but it's not as likely to hurt you. And this code means one of those stages is open, which 19 out of 20 times is the airbag, but we're gonna have to test it. You saw that other video on that, I think it was a Tahoe or something. We took the airbag off. I put paper clips to see if the codes changed, and they did, so I knew it had a bad airbag. But that customer didn't want to fix it. Probably got one from salvage and did it himself or something, I guess. But we'll have to do the same kind of thing with this. A paper clip will cause it to set a code for short. Resistance too high means it's open, or that there's no connection. It's saying I can't see any kind of an airbag. I have no resistance, so the connection's open. A short is low resistance, which means it gets to the connection without any trouble. Which, when you want a good connection, it's good. When it's a short, it's bad. When it's positive, making a good connection to negative, or versa versa. So basically, we're gonna have to test that stuff. The Evap code, that's pretty interesting. The good thing about it is the light's on for an emissions reason, which at 187,000 miles, that's pretty impressive. Good job, little Hyundai. Very proud. Then I'm gonna knock out the oil change really fast, and we'll have to see about this airbag thing. If it comes off real easy, it'll be included in the 1-hour diode. If it's a pain to get off, then there'll have to be accommodations for that. We got some tools. We got some airbag simulators. We got a special long reach T40. The airbag bolts is in here. I'm gonna take them 2 airbag bolts out. Hope it doesn't pop in my face, but it shouldn't. I've had the key off for a while. I did not disconnect the battery. When you have open airbag codes, it means the battery's technically not connected to it at all, because it's open, right? There's no connection. I think this thing might have a rusty gas tank causing those evap codes. Let me put you down someplace safe. I think the gas tank is rusted. I'm not positive, but that's my hunch. Causing those evap codes because it leaks from rust around the fuel pump module. So they're going to talk about permission to do that while I go ahead and do this part included in the diagnosis. Should be pretty quick and easy if I can get this airbag out of here. I didn't think the bolts were so long. Oh, they're not coming out any further, but it's not releasing. This car has been painted, but if there are codes related to a wreck, their codes are a little different, and they'll actually say crash recorded, replace modules. So they don't allow you to reuse airbags when you have a crash. Disconnect these guys. Now, most of these are conveniently the same size as a paper clip. So we'll put 2 paper clips in and see what kind of codes we get. Alright, we got some paper clips. We just got to hook our scanner doodle back up. If the codes change, then the airbag's bad. If I have the same codes, then the clock spring's bad. I could also have one code for stage 1 being shorted and still have the resistance code. That just means I shorted stage 1 and the airbag's working and the clock spring's bad, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Takes a minute to get everything connected back up. 16 pin, automatically search, 2 possibilities, okay, USA, okay, okay, system select, SRS, airbag event 2, read fault codes, driver airbag too high, driver airbag too low, first stage, too high, second stage. So since I've shorted both of these out, I should have resistance too low first stage, resistance too low second stage. So that tells me the clock spring is open between the airbag and the airbag module. It doesn't see that I've shorted that out. The only thing in between is that, and the connector at the airbag module is a very tiny possibility, not enough for us to pursue it. Pretty confident it's got a bad clock spring right now. Let's go into read fault code. I want to see the stage 1 deal, event 1. Read fault code, see if we have the same codes. Yep, too low first stage, too high second stage. Take these paper clips out. They are actually, if you don't worry about them hurting these connectors, as long as they're circular, they're the same size. The question is, are they too big and they're hurting the connector? But these are actually a little small in there, so I have them bent to put just a little sideways tension in those connectors. They don't damage the connectors, in case anybody's concerned about that. Now I'm going to clear the fault codes and read the fault codes. Too high, too high. So with the paper clips in, I get resistance too low, resistance too high. With the paper clips out, resistance too high, resistance too high. It's got a bad clock spring. So we know that much. We'll see what happens next. Whoa, you guys remember this one from yesterday? Well, we're waiting on the correct alternator. Oh, I also got my parts for the Prius. Everything's coming together real quick. We're gonna have one day to get it all done. Will be the first time I've done it. I will get it done. This is the clock spring. I'm fighting with a Ziploc bag because I'm hanging on to you guys for dear life. I want you to hang out with me. Don't go. It's got a lock pin. This little yellow clip comes off after you install it. Snaps into place too. Maybe that's why it's only 0.9 labor. He's like, I got you the clock spring coming. Here's your paperwork. I'm like, 0.9? Yeah, that's what the labor guide said. Okay, must be easy. And it looks like it probably is. You do have to take the steering wheel off and stuff. So, I'll show you my trick for that if you haven't seen my other videos. I will show you my trick for that. Set this airbag aside. Now, I'll just try this clips into here too. Never set the airbag like this, because somehow through magic or whatever makes it happen, if this thing decides to pop, then it shoots itself up and does a lot of damage. If you do it this way, all that happens is the airbag comes out, and everyone will be a little bit happier, except for the fact that you got to buy another airbag. So, some electrical connectors. That one's part of the clock spring. So what I'm gonna have to do now, looks like a 21mm nut, and there's 2 threaded holes for a puller. 21mm, I'll buzz that off of there, but then what I'll do is I'll put the nut back on a turn or two so I don't whack myself in the teeth. My teeth are messed up enough without having the steering wheel come in there and mess with my pretty face and all that stuff, my beautiful smile. I can probably twist the wheel and pop it, and then the nut will keep it from coming all the way off. That's basically what I'm trying to say without being silly. So let's get a 21 and see. Let's see here. I'll get some light. Oop. Set the light up so we got professional lighting, professional level lighting. It's like a studio in here now. I hope my little 3/8 can do it. It is a lock nut, so that's cool. Couple threads back on. Now, bonk. You can see the force that lets go. You're not going to stop it before it. I'm not sure how much of that it missed, but it shut itself off. I got a new GoPro for Christmas, I think. That's why I put this back on a couple turns, because you're not going to have it release and stop it at the same time. You might feel like a superhero right until it smashes you in the face. Now, don't put this on top of the airbag either. The question is, can I sneak it out of there? Nope. It's underneath the cover, so I gotta get a Phillips. We'll get that cover out of the way. Then it should just all be snapped. It should all just be snap in place. 1, 2, 3 electrical connectors and a couple of clips once the covers are off. Probably some under here. Sometimes they're all snapped. The rest, oh, there's one. Sometimes they're not. Where is it here? See if I can do it by feel. It's right there. What's the big deal? Same as the other screws, same size. Now we're cooking. Gonna pry from an area that's behind the steering wheel. It's got to come off the lock cylinder. And that should work. Now, I'm not sure how much slack is in these connectors. One. Let's do this. Do this. Little clip. And there's one up here. Now I can see the connectors a little better. That one, the airbag one. Here it is. Might have to get tricky with it, like Will Smith. Maybe that's not how it goes. What the heck? Some of these airbag connectors, you slide one way and pull another way, and so we'll figure it out. I don't think. Yeah, this should come up. Let's do this. Oh, this is a double one. Ugh. Show you what I had to do. I had to depress this little lever inside here so that this could go down. That was interesting. Actually, when you depress this lever, this slides back, I should say. And it lets go. You take your old clock spring, discard it as you see fit. Snap, crackle, pinch it all the way on, pop. And this will pop in place. That's why it's only 0.9. It really is pretty easy. Now I'm going to leave this on until I get everything back together. And I believe the steering wheel won't go on with this there. I just pop it off right before I put the steering wheel on. Make sure if this turns, you won't be sure where 0 is. And you can do them by feel. If you're real gentle, you'll feel it start to tug and you go back the other way. Count the turns. If it's 4, then you got to go back 2. And you'll be in the middle if you lose center, but why go through all that trouble? Leave the lock in until you're ready. Oh, that will fit. I can leave it on. That's cool. Now, I did have the steering wheel straight when I brought it in, but there's also a mark on the wheel, so you can make sure. Now, if I put it off a tooth, it will go on. You want to make sure it's centered. I can lock my tilt again. Now, take this off. Boop, boop, boop. Where is my nut? There it is. Put that on there. This gets plugged into here. Now, that goes in my airbag, same as it was. And blue to blue, yellow to yellow. Make sure you set your latch. These orange clips will lock it in. Now these are Torx. In case you're doing this for yourself, T30 Torx hold the airbag onto the wheel. You got a righty tighty, lefty loosey. You looked a little horny. Alright, all that's left to do now is see if the codes go away. One quick way to tell would be to start it up, see if the airbag light goes out. I believe it'll put the light out itself if the problem's fixed. It does a test of the light, and the light goes out. Boom, problem solved. I will get the scanner and clear the codes. We're going to put a gas cap on it too. I think they might have already done that for me. We're going to clear the codes. If anything does come back, we get the light again, we'll hope it's a new code, but we'll see. At least I'll know they're cleared out to begin with. Thanks for watching today. We'll work on that Prius some more first thing in the morning tomorrow. I hope you torque the like button before you head out, and I hope I'll see you then too, because you're awesome.